like more BKB magic immune dependent heroes, we're having relatively a hard.
Prepare for battle.
Huskar, sometimes when the stars align, Glory Team feel like this is the time, so we'll see if it actually does pay off for him. Let's go ahead and lead things in. This is our second heat today. We got Evil Geniuses taking on Hyper Glory Team. I'll go ahead and give you the favorite mod of doing Evil Geniuses. For on Dire's side, we got Hyper Glory Team, more formerly known as Hearts Get Together. We got the one and only, the legendary first generation Zyori. It's ZSMJ, but come on, guys. Got Air, who's going to be playing his well-versed Aya, or EO, I guess, with the Wisp. And Icy is going to be playing your Bristleback. And apparently we are going to have a small pause because we have to start each day with a pause in each game, as there appears to be just a little bit of extra ping.
PBD's like he did the same thing at the Summit. They get so frustrated when the ping is not where it should be. And they want it 5. It's 150 currently. PPD is getting upset. He's getting a little bit angry. It's got a lot of NAC on the system. He certainly does. We'll probably we'll fix it here. We'll figure something out. Hopefully we have the right server. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, this is not surprising. Hyper Glory Team going for the aggro tri lane. On the Dire side, it's pretty good. IO is kind of questionable in this lane, but Icy should be a pretty good buffer to them. He's going to be the bouncer in this lane. But for Evil Geniuses, your Radiant Squad, the American Dream, the guys that bleed blue. You have Universe up at the top rune spot. He'll be the clock rune. Looks like they will contest this top rune spot. Cog's very good at contested runes. Fear, he'll be on the Juggernaut. The old man playing, pretty old hero. UI 2000 playing the Ogre Magai. PPD playing the Dazzle. And we'll have Sumail playing the Storm Spirit. And it looks like he's going to be just scouting out bottom rune. He's going to see that there's going to be an aggro tri lane. He'll probably rotate to mid pretty soon. Actually, Fear. He has the Poor Man's Shield, the double tango shared, an Iron Bridge. He's going mid. Sumail, safe lane Storm Spirit. Interesting.
So PPD better be nearby mid lane if that's the case. Viper versus Jug. I can't help but be a little bit nervous as my first impressions here for EG.
That's not a good matchup.
We'll see if that's going to be the case. Yeah, so PPD might need to consider being nearby and aiding. I mean, it's not even just a Viper, it's a Viper Wisp. This could be a hard day for him. I've seen lineups roll with like a mid lane Tidehunter against a Wisp duo like this one, and it actually proved to be pretty successful. I believe it was ROTK who did it. But a Jug, he can safely get away with Blade Fury, but here it comes. The punishment's going to start early. He only has 2 shared tangos, so he is going to be in for a rude awakening on this one.
I mean, he'll be able to like leech experiences, but like, and that's pretty nice. But as far as their farm priority goes, they clearly value Sumail over the Juggernaut in the safe lane, which is fine. You know, Jug can be effective with just level 6 and maybe like phase boots and even a Mask of Madness, whereas Sumail, he will need a bit of farm. But top lane, this could be interesting. They could contest this pretty well. They actually have AUI nearby, helping out Universe here in this top lane. The Dignitas boys are at it again. We'll see what they can do up in this top lane.
This little bring back there. From behind, Aoi might sneak on forward, cuts in and sees Pretty Haw, throws out the early ignite, and he's going to start pounding and clubbing on him. This is 6 armor of Aoi 2000
have lockdown.
Pulling
he
away.
Chased that, actually.
Oh, man. And too bad he doesn't have an Orb of Venom easily on hand to really get that extra few pot shots in there. So Pretty Haw is going to have to start regenning up pretty seriously at this point. Cog's also going on now. He's going to bounce the SMJ back, losing that little bit of mana. So a bit feisty here early on in this top lane. Aoi, he's trying to see maybe if he could set up Pretty Haw.
He has no regen. He already used all of his tangos. He can't come back into lane. If he walks into lane, he's going to get ignited and die. Like, Universe will throw a flare, AUL will chase after him. It's not a good lane, really, coming out for the support roster. But luckily, ZSMJ is able to secure farm regardless, so he should be fine. Bottom rune spot, Kaka and Icy now down to the bottom lane. PPD is going to back away, and it's going to be a regen bottled up for Kaka. Pretty good rune for an IO. It's pretty solid, so...
Pretty good is an understatement here. He's able to get a hold of what I imagine was the first rune. He gets that bottle right away, and this Bristle ain't going to be going anywhere anytime soon as far as being able to heal on up. So it's on to Sumail. He is finding the CS, however, 11-0 to Bristle's 9-1. But it's only going to be a matter of time. They might consider making an engagement on this Storm Spirit while he's not level 6.
And he can't farm effectively anymore because he's scared of the IO to a certain extent. The IO Bristle combo is kind of frightening to him. Whereas he was farming against the Solo Bristle, which is fine. But this does give a little bit more room for the Juggernaut in the mid lane. He's up to 7 last hits now, despite how bad this lane should have been. And he's spamming out the healing ward, which is fine. And
he also brought himself more tangos, it looks like. He's got 4 more on hand, just in case, knowing that he's going to be eating a bit of punishment.
I believe.
So he wants to go ahead and get a bit more right-click here. With that, Kaka goes to the bottom lane to help out with Icy, where they've been kind of going hand in hand, and now he's finding his own way with CS. Now up to 13-1, and spamming out those quills, keeping back both PPD and Sumail. Sumail does have a magic stick, so he already has 8 charges built up on that one, but they're making a go at the dive here. He pops down the early remnant, but he might be in trouble. Here comes the early rotation. Aui's looking to come in and help on out. PPD's also there. He invests 1 point into the shallow grave, and it's going to be Kaka who goes down first, and they're going to turn on the Icy and get a nice twofer. PPD picks up that one. Sumail gets the first one, and that is a dramatic dive coming out from
Sumail's
Hyperglory
positioning
team.
was so good there. Before they were even diving, he knew they were going to dive. He pops up the Remnant. They chase into the Remnant. He gets a kill easily under the IO. Without the IO, well, speaking of the IO, they're going on to Fear in the mid lane. They kill the healing ward, but they're underneath the tower. Will they dive for this? No rotations coming. Now the team finally from the Dazzle does get Brave. He does. He's going to Grave here in a second. He gets it off, and Air's going to still chase him down, but the tower doing too much damage. He might survive Fear. He will live. He's got the Tango. That's regenning him up. Air's barely going to survive, but PPD, Aoi coming in from the backside. The Ignite going through. He's doing some damage. He has no stun, though. The double damage, but it's not going to be enough. Kaka will refill his bottle, but that is it. They cannot help Air, and these dives from Hyperglory team, they're desperate as all hell, and EG are just turning them around and just saying, hey, we're fine.
So now they might consider going on top. Well, you rotate it to bottom into mid. You can't come top, right? Well, Universe is a clockwork. He pops down the cogs and says, hey, don't even think about it, all right? You tried to dive my friends. It's not going to be easy with me either. So that is just good rotation work coming out. Aoi makes the trip to the bottom to help out there, and with that, Dazzle has his own TP. He comes to mid to help out Fear, and even Aoi, he just beelines it towards that area. But bottom lane, they are making the go. Sumail could be in a bit of trouble, but Dazzle's still here. He doesn't quite have the cooldown yet for Shallow Grave, so with that, Sumail will actually be taken down. Hyperglory team get themselves on the board. It's Kaka on the Wisp who's able to pick up that kill.
I think it might have been a bit of miscommunication going a bit earlier. And not, I mean, he should have played safe until Grave was back up, and I think he might not have known that it was down. So good kill coming out from Hyperglory team. They finally get on the board. That'll quell the bleeding a little bit, but for now, Universe has got some help top with AUI 2000, as you talked about. But CSMJ is still your lead farmer here with 27 last hits. Not bad. He goes for the phase, no Midas yet. We'll see if he picks it up eventually. He might actually have to. It's really hard to keep up with a lot of these heroes if you don't have a Midas on Lifestealer, because there's no really other way you could farm.
It had been so long, such a long time, though. I'm a bit rusty with my Lifestealer and what works in this kind of get-up. Now they're making a move on to Universe. The rotation already came, and here comes Io. They want to get a hold of this Clockwork. He's trying to create some space for the cogs, and he can't get it, so he drops him anyways, and it looks like it's going to be the inevitable death there of Universe. Kaka gets another kill on his Wisp, and now it's going to be 3-2 here. Still advantage for
here's the trade-off. Now Sumail, instead of having to worry about the Io bottom lane with a Bristleback that's quite frightening, he can just farm freely here. He's not too scared, especially he has level 6 now. He has levels of haste. Probably go for treads. It's out. We'll see Midas. Fear is doing pretty well, and he's actually tied in CS, although there is a bit more denies coming up from Air. He's tied in CS, and he has that, I believe, assist coming out. He might not have gotten that assist. Yeah, he actually wasn't in range. So Fear doing pretty well. It actually heads to the jungle, so some of this farm might be jungle creeps. He has level 2 healing ward as well, which means he can actually just pop that up if he's ever in trouble. So so far pretty even game, I'd say. It really comes down to how these teams utilize their level 6, especially the IO. Can he get relocate soon? Can they get support wards? Can they push down towers? That's the big thing for Hyperglory team.
4.5 Wisp at about 6 minutes in is okay. It's not as dramatic as being able to get level 6 at 6 or 7 minutes, but with that, Universe has to do the small TP to get himself into a safe position back near the tower. There's a lot of opposing threats here on the Hyperglory top lane. They have Pretty Hawk constantly nearby dancing about, and Air is also getting engaged here. So with that, they leave Kaka in the mid lane to get that level 6 and get that relocate. And it looks like they're just going to wait out till they have that extra bit of utility. But on the bottom, also, you have Icy here farming up on his Bristleback. And he's probably going to be saving up for the Vipe booster into the early Vanguard, I'd imagine.
Yeah, the Crimson Guard is a really good item this game. I would not be surprised if he picks it up early on. Did Air just kind of walk top or TP top and then walk back towards mid without like doing anything? That might have been the case.
Yeah, it seems like he went up there in hopes for some sort of engagement, but he did not find any opportunity, and now he's back at mid where, you know, he's been sharing a bit of farm time.
Universe is walking mid, but they have a ward in lane. They saw him walk towards the rune. So Air should not get caught by a hook shot, which now Clockwork does have because he is level 6. So there's no reason for them to get caught. Realizing this, EG will back up towards top. They'll wait for the 8-minute rune, which Universe will pick up.
Sumail might get bottom as well, so this could be 2 runes for EG, and it will be. Bounty on bottom for your Storm Spirit. Universe, he's able to grab up a haste rune, and he heads towards top lane. PPD level 5. He's actually a higher level than the Wisp is right now, getting involved in those early little takedowns. And with that, he's going super defensive on his build-up. 2 levels into Shallow Grave, 3 into the heal, just so he can make sure he's there and at the ready with that little bit of extra AoE on the Grave.
EG are utilizing the jungle very well. Sumail and Fear have made stops there often. And they know that if they don't feel comfortable farming lane or if the wave is pushed out, they have somebody to turn to, especially with Healing Ward. And now with a Morbid Mask coming out for the Jug as well. With Mask of Madness, Sim need the Healing Ward to work with. And again, don't count out the ability to solo Roshan with the Juggernaut, Mask of Madness, Quarling Blade, and Healing Ward, especially a couple levels later. So
I'm interested to know where he takes it from there. I've been seeing way too much Jug already this DAC, and I've seen everything from the Shadow Blade to a Medallion.
I think SMY is the most common build.
Sage and Yasha. Yeah, it's really whatever your flavor is and what seems to be suited best in this.
Well, there's no silences to work with, so Mantis style is probably not the choice. SMY seems like a really popular choice. He'll survive a lot of the damage coming out from the. Yeah, I think SMY is probably the right choice here. Unless Fear wants to start styling on people, then I don't know what else he would build.
So with that, Air just kind of still holding the zone here now, level 8 on his Viper. He is going to go for that mech, has the buckler already completed here. And it's just all in due time here for now. Icy's been farming up this ancient stack, which of course allows Taka to get up the extra experience. He is level 6 now, so they get Icy healed up, and they might go for their first big relocate. Where would be the ideal target to make a jump on, though? It feels like there might not be any sort of really easy target without the disabled.
It's very hard.
Yeah, I mean, even Universe might be trouble. Their best bet.
It's gonna have to be a support. It would either be a support or Universe, and even Universe is hard because of the cogs. I think if they can find a support, they get a kill easily. But anybody other than that, like Blade Fury comes out from the Juggernaut, he's fine. He can even turn and Omni Slash if he has like level 2 ult. He can do that a bit more effectively. Sumail could just ball lightning away. So he'll be fine. I don't know. This is not a fun relocate game, actually. Like, supports are going to have to be the targets here.
Universe bottles up. There's a regen still up there for him to pick up after he already uses his haster. And actually, of course, they got to give the regen there to Sumail. So, big rune for him. Yet to really unleash the fury of your Storm Spirit. Looking to just kind of take it up a notch first and foremost. Even going with the early Soul Ring on this one. We'll see if an Orchid seems to be the right choice in this, but I don't know. An Orchid against this lineup may not be the best. I mean, a Life Stealer, a Bristleback? Might be
it's still good for picking off heroes like Io. Yeah, and the Shadow Shaman, they just die so quickly. And yeah, you're right. I mean, like, Bristleback silence doesn't seem that great. Viper silence doesn't seem that great. And Life Stealer, that's pretty good, actually, so we can't rage. Ball Lightning's away, actually. He should be fine. Pops the regen rune. Oh god, Storm Spirit with a regen rune could do so much work. If they had a hero down here, well, they might need one. Certain wards are going to get popped up for pretty all as he is level 6. Glyph's going to go, but they're not really making an indication. Oh, they will smoke up. They're going to head towards bottom. They have the Mask of Madness for the Jug. They have the Omni Slash at the ready as well. PPD has Weave.
Oh, they get pretty hot. He uses that regen. There's the quick sheep, but it's not going to matter. Sumail, though, has only a little bit of mana if he wants to get himself out of here. Makes the jump, and that's all he's got. ZSMJ pops his rage, and here comes the relocate with Air and Hammer. Universe immediately gets a hold of Air and locks him in a prison. They focus fire the Wisp. He gets taken down the Omni Slash.
Oh my god,
that one out. And now it's EG looking to clean on house. And ZSMJ, Icy might have to walk on out. Meanwhile, back and below, Air trying to make goes on the Universe. The Grave only delaying the inevitable. They take down the Clockwork, and now it's Hyper Glory team pressing on forward. Oh, they turn back for Sumail. There's going to be the goo, but he can ball lightning to the low ground if he has to, and he will. Just distracting them a bit, keeping them away from the rest of EG.
And EG just got to kite them. That's all they have to do in this game. There are so many heroes that revolve around chasing down heroes and blowing them up with the insane amount of damage they have early game. But if they get kited, it doesn't mean anything. And you just saw them walk into the jungle and walk away. Walk away from Hyperglory Team. It was that easy. They have one disable coming out in the, well, 2 in the Hex and the Shackles. But other than that, they don't have anything. That's pretty much all they have. So they're going to get kited half the time. And if they try to man-fight into lead, they're just going to get Omni-Slash. So, and already Sumail's up to 2,000 gold. Jug's probably close to level 10. He'll have level 11 soon. His level 2 Omni-Slash is huge. Pretty good fight for EG. They lost 1, I believe, and they got 2 in the end. I might be wrong about that. I believe that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, they did lose 1. They got the tower, which is what Hyperglory Team wanted from the get-go here, putting to use pretty high on his newly found level 6. But uh-oh, Sumail might have to be careful, but this is hard for pretty high until he gets at least the Blink or the Force Staff. No, he's not going to be able to get an easy jump in and get the insta-sheep, which certainly can help against someone like your Storm Spirit. So I wonder if they're going to focus a bit more farm here to pretty hot. The Force Step seems to be the best option because, yeah, again, the clockwork on the other team. We'll see if that's going to be the case.
I actually don't know if we can kill anybody without Blink on pretty hot. I mean, Relocate's good, but like and Force Step is fine too, but I don't know, I just think without Blink Tiger, this is going to be, they're going to get kited. And that's kind of an issue. I think Evil Geniuses have a pretty good lineup for this. And already Sumail, like, he's going for Bloodstone actually, just for point booster. So, like you said, Orchid wasn't maybe the best choice this game. And he goes for the Bloodstone instead, and he'll allow. I think this is a really good choice as well. I like this a lot.
Because if you want to be kiting them, you need more resources.
Yeah.
A Bloodstone's going to offer a bunch of it, more than an Orchid would. So with that, he can hop and bop all he wants all day with the put and pops and what have you, and they're going to have a hard time getting a hold of that pesky Storm Spirit. So he'll look to build on the charges and try to be a snowball kind of a hero, but focused right now on the Universe here. Not the easiest target in your Clockwork. He's trying to play safe. Here comes Pretty Hot. Gotcha with the sheep. Tied up with a bit of a lockdown, level 3 with those shackles, and now he caused himself. Can they right-click him down before he gets out?
He died in the well.
Yeah, with a little bit of extra poison, able to go on through, and they take down the Clockwork. Meanwhile, it looks to be a bit of a trade here mid lane. EG at their pressure, but I think it's going to be Hyperglory Team that secure the top tier 1 tower. Even with this glyph, they're still going to be able to get more.
It's just unfortunate positioning from Evil Genius' Universe, and really good wraparound game coming out. I mean, they get the tier 1 tower, and I think Hyperglory Team are not in a bad spot. They can still get items. They can still be able to take this early game. They just have to take fights that are, I don't know, I think Evil Geniuses could definitely still kite them, still win these fights, but Hyperglory Team are doing what they have to do. They have to take down towers early on. They have a very early game centric team lineup. Like, even ZSMJ and Lifestealer, and they got to take the tier 2 tower. They realize that no one's going to come and contest this. It's fine. We'll take the tower. No problem.
Mill that up, put those ugly bird wards down. They could call over this tower, and they will be able to get it. That's the 2 for special right now as far as towers go. ZSMJ, he gets this last hit. He does not. It's going to be Shadow Shower, but still, lots of gold coming their way. He has an armlet already and about 600 gold invested. EG continue to add the pressure on bottom. If you look at their core, Fear is nursing a bit of gold here, so we have yet to figure out where he's going to take it after this Mask of Madness. Was saving about 1,800. He could just flat out buy the Yasha for now. We'll see what he decides to do.
I think Yasha is the right choice. SNY Dasher seems pretty good this game. I'm into an Abyssal Blade. Like locking down Jason J seems pretty nice. Or any hero on this team for that matter. I mean, having something that goes through Rage as well is pretty nice. So I think that's an okay choice. They will smoke up. They have level 2 Omni-Slash, which there's no reason not to fight now. Sumail has a double damage, and they're going to find ZSMJ. If he's going to get caught, he might get Omni-Slash here. If you're thinking about popping it, ZSMJ's Rage does go off. They don't chase. They could have fought that. They had the numbers advantage. They decided against it. Sumail kind of not getting that Electric Vortex off. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, they were a bit too cautious. They didn't want to make quite the commitment. Maybe they didn't know exactly where the rest of Hyperglory Team were and fear that they would be able to rotate on him easy, and they didn't want to overextend too far to get just a pesky little wisp. And this wisp, by the way, is saving a pretty penny here. He could have just got the urn by now, but I have a feeling he might push to get maybe the early Ghost Scepter or something. For now, he's got about 1,200. We'll have to see if that's going to be the case. He's got Relocate at the ready here. It's more defensive relocates, I feel. Like, as far as going in on an already broken out engagement that maybe EG want to start. It doesn't feel like they're constantly looking to see if they can get any sort of quick picks.
Yeah, no, it's really not that kind of game. Hyperglory team are not trying to find picks off the map. They'll relocate in if there's a numbers advantage for a fight that they can take, but other than that, unless EG get caught out of position, this is more so, like you said, for defensive use. And, well, they did finish up the Crimson Guard, which I talked about earlier on the Bristleback. I mean, this is such a good item in this game for a number of reasons, but they'll head into Roche, maybe. Yes, it looks like Air's going to start this up. ZSMJ's going to follow up. They don't have armor reduction, but with Serpent Wards, we saw this a lot like a couple of patches ago. This was a big deal. And they actually have this Sneasel Goose, so this will go down quickly.
It used to be so much easier on Dire side with the old Roche location. You could even just drop down the wards from the mid lane itself, and you would never even know that they're doing the Roche. But for now, they still sneak in. If we look at the EG vision, they don't know.
They have no idea.
I mean, they do, but it's too late. By that point, it's been done.
Oh, he's going Battle Fury.
Sure they were
Fury's going Battle Fury. Wow.
This is a nice throwback. That's accelerating the farm quite a bit. The cleave, it's not like there's a big illusion-based group on the side of Hyperglory team. This seems to be just for strictly farm purposes.
I'm not sure how that works with the Crimson Guard mechanics. It's a weird interaction.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah, well, Fear's committing to this one. Maybe he's looking to take it to the late game with his build. Top lane, though, Icy is being scouted out from Universe. Might have had a body bump there. Universe waiting out with the cogs, not deciding to pull him out. Bristle just might be too tanky of a target right now. He's already got the Crimson Guard full and complete, and now a plate mail. This is plus 15 armor.
I think Sumail hit him like twice, and he's like, yeah, we're not doing any damage to this guy.
I tickled him, I think. I don't know if he felt that, but...
He might have laughed, I don't know.
Away. Oh, man. Bristleback double collars popped right now between this Crimson and plate mail. He's a big boy. He's got some serious creatine happening right now, and he's going to be a tough
that's got to be so uncomfortable, man. It's like 2 pieces of armor.
I mean, Omni Slash might even just be a joke to him at this point. What do you do to break through the tough skin here?
You have to weave him, and you have to wait until that weave actually takes hold. Otherwise, I don't know how much damage you're actually doing early on in this game. The cleave is going to be pretty good, though. I think that's a pretty good choice for Fear. So they'll rotate top now. Icy is maybe going to get caught. This could be a big kill. He's got a lot of gold. He's actually pretty high in the net worth, but he backs away. They see him going. They do have the ward there. Universe looking to hookshot. He's going to get it. The cogs, he doesn't connect, but Sumail's going to come in. Gets the electric vortex off. He's going to walk through as well. Weave is up. He does have the Crimson Guard, but they don't give a damn. They finally go to work and get the kill, and Universe will take that last hit. Good smoke, but they might lose this Tier 1 tower because of it in the mid lane.
Well, they'll go with their own. They push up top lane. Maybe they can try to finish off the Tier 1 there. But it's best for EG members to take down that big raid boss of a Bristleback. And even committing the Omni Slash there, plus a long jump from Sumail. So with that, Hyperglory team, they trade out. They get their own Tier 1, and they continue to move forward pretty hard. He's got the wards. He's going to go for a Tier 2. Okay, they drop down the wards. Evil Geniuses, they're still trying to finish off the first one. They get it there, but they got to get the hell back. And mind you, they don't have that Omni Slash yet.
They couldn't really fight until Sumail had an item, whether that was an Orchid or a Bloodstone. They couldn't really fight without that. Now they do have it. They might be able to jump in. They're going to keep Jug up top. Currently walking down is Sumail. They're not even forcing the TP. They have Glyph if they want to use it. Fire Blast was about to go. The Rage from GSMJ. He saw the animation getting moving, but... just backs up. Now the Super Wards are going to take it down. Battle Fury done. Jug ult on cooldown for a full minute still, though. And I don't know. This could be a tough defense without Omni Slash. They might want to just let this go, especially because they have an Orchid up. Air, he's the one in the front lines. It feels like they're actually contesting a Tier 3 push, but it's only the Tier 2. Universe up on the high ground. He has his hookshot ready to go. He's just checking things out, but they will deny that Tier 2 tower. They're going to back up and allow Fury to just continue to farm in the top lane.
Second time, though, the Hyperglory team steamroll down a lane and take 2 towers. So with that, seems like the next thing up on the docket is get it done on the bottom and then wait it out possibly for the next Roche and New Aegis and continue building up on the momentum they already have. I can't help but feel like Evil Geniuses are slowly falling behind on this one, and I'm trying to see what the tipping point is going to be for them to really come on back. Sumail has really yet to be able to go off the rails. It doesn't seem like there's quite an easy target for him as long as Hyperglory team continue with this buddy-buddy system.
I honestly think this is kind of a lot like the last game, but to a much lesser extent. Like, Evil Geniuses, it might feel like they're behind, and they are to a certain extent, but they're keeping up in terms of the numbers. Net worth and experience are right up there for them. And as it stands now, I think they're in an okay position. They just need to wait out the stages, number 1. Number 2, they need to take fights that are you know, in their favor, which is easier said than done against relocate, but because guess what? Icy and Kaka are top now, and if it's a good fight bottom, they'll just relocate there. Sumail has a trail of vision here. Pretty Hall gets hit up with one of the remnants, actually takes so much damage from that.
He gets a blink dagger too, so it's not going to be the force. He's going to go with the blink, so they want to go more offensive with this. They want him to jump on in there and be able to get things started, as he's done previously. And with that,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They are just purely doing it as a...
Oh.
I was thinking maybe they can go for a relocate, but they said Icy actually already to mid.
Under attack. Dire's middle tower has been
That was a cheeky play from Owie, dude.
Yeah.
And he actually might pay for it. No, it's just actually just Owie. He doesn't give a damn. That's something that's kind of funny. Oh, they know. Pretty Hall is walking towards PPD and Universe. He's going to find them. Oh, this is a problem. PPD's going to get hexed up. There's the Serpent Wards. They're going to use the Shackles on Universe. PPD going to get his Grave off. Going to try to TP, but CSJ has a Basher. Universe will make it out. I don't know if PPD will be so lucky. That could have been a lot worse, at least.
Yeah. I feel like he kept shooting rockets, and they're like,
yeah, that must have been it.
Coming from? They see it's coming from the south, and they're like, you can just down there. And they
middle lane.
Move on mid lane. They're making it go on Icy. Now again, he's a very big guy, but there's 3-on-1.
Relocate.
Here comes Switch. Relocate.
No. Oh, he's dead too, and they're going to go on into ZFJ. Seer's going to go to work. There's the play. Fury open wounds gets canceled immediately because of it. 2-for-1 exchanges. PPD died bottom, but it was a good effort coming out from Io, but he wasn't nearby, so he had to relocate in and wait for the duration to go. But it was just too late at that point. So a kill going, and it doesn't matter how tanky he is. They get the kill. They get the Ominous Slash on 2. Nice work coming out from Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, that ends up working a lot in their favor. With Universe making it out from that bottom lane, they're only able to get PPD, and with the engagement on the mid lane, they get 2. And a very nice prize target in the Bristleback. And plus, there is a small rubber band. They advance up a swing of about 1,800 gold in favor of EG, which they certainly do need that boost. Now we step off a bit. Let's check on our Roche here. We still have another minute or so before we find out where the clock is going to be, but I'm sure Hyper Glory team already got that into consideration. But here's the smoke now and rotation. They look to advance towards bottom lane here, and it looks like again it's going to be Universe and PPD, but health is on the way here. We could see a skirmish.
They hesitated for a second. They thought they were going to back up, and then Evil Genius was like, no, we can stay in this lane. They're kind of showing that to a certain extent, but now they see Ice in the lane. They actually have wards. They see Pretty Hall. They see the rotation from Kaka and ZSMJ. They are all leaving Evil Genius's hat. They want no part of this fight. All the meanwhile, Sumail's pushing up top. By the way, he just got an Orchid. So he did end up going for the Orchid after all. And he's going to put some pressure on this 2-2 tower. They do have Glyph. They might try to go for a trade, but I'd be very surprised if they didn't rotate at least one hero up there to stave off that aggression.
He's got 11 charges also. I mean, Sumail can make some big plays here. A quick jump in, he can burst down a Wisp and get the hell out of there before Hyper Glory team really know what hit him. And losing someone like Wisp could be pretty dramatic here. Now they move on in. Pretty Hot, he does have the wards. He drops the wards. They're looking to go and remove the last outer tower here from EG, but EG are going into the Hyper Glory base. Yeah, hearts get together. Might need to get together and TP back to home.
They've lost the tier 2 tower, and now Universe's job is to cancel any TP coming out, but they have a relocate from Kaka, and they do take that tier 2 tower, but he's going to go in. Kaka's going to get caught, and he can't tether away. He does get to the siege creep in time, but will Universe get the kill? Can he get the battery assault off? He will take him down. He's dead in the well, and now Universe is going to TP away. Icy can't take care of him, so Heal O'Neal strikes again. The TP rotation back to the top lane. Sumail has his ball lighting ready to go. Doesn't even need it. Casually walks away. Brushes his shoulder off. He says, what's up?
EG got both of them. I mean, Sumail managed to get a kill onto the Shadow Shaman in the meanwhile, pretty much at the same moment. The Orchid onto the creep. Very effective strat there from Sumail. It threw him off quite a bit, but he just jumps back instead.
This is looking good for Evil Geniuses now. And the pause.
Hold on, moment for salt. So, okay, it looked like for quite a while there, Hyper Glory team were on the up and up, but Evil Genius is still, like you said, they've been farming, they've been finding their resources, they have been falling behind, and yeah, they lose a lot of towers, but next thing you know, they're really knocking inside the base. I mean, he brought this tier 3 tower down to a 3rd life.
Yeah, that was some questionable decision making from Hyper Glory team. They're like, we're going to take this tier 2 tower, And they neglected to look at the fact that the Jug, the Ogre, and Sumail were pushing into the tier 2 and tier 3 tower. So that was kind of interesting. And actually, with those towers going down, Evil Geniuses take the lead in net worth. They are now 3,000 ahead. Obviously, Juggernaut and Sumail on the Storm Spirit leading the way. They also have a 10,000 experience lead. Man, that has jumped up quickly.
I think that's the big thing. That's the story of this game right now. That XP boost is pretty freaking big. Sumail's he's level 17 for God's sakes. So he's been finding plenty of me time. You compare that over, ZSMJ's 13 on his Lifestealer. So Evil Genius is very comfortable at this point, and it looks like we're going to get back and underway. So where we left off, Sumail pressuring top lane, got a quick nab on the Shadow Shaman, and brought the tower down pretty low. All the meanwhile, they were able to take down the tier 2 of Evil Geniuses on the bottom. They did commit the wards for it, but they lost their wisp on the way out, thanks to Universe getting a nice little hook shot in there.
Yeah, that was a really nice play from Universe, and one that'll probably continue to make, especially if we can get an Agnum Scepter. He already has 4 staff and Blade Mail. This is pretty much when you pick up the Ags, I think. I don't know if you really need anything else at this point. But now the real trouble for Hyper Glory team is, can they actually fight anymore? Fear is level 16. He has his full Manta style, so he did end up going for the Manta this game, surprisingly enough. He also has his Battle Fury, so some Cleaves, some Illusions, the Mask of Madness going his way.
It can be a bit confusing for your Lifestealer with the Manta in your face. You're like, I gotta focus one of these freaks. Which one do I do?
It's just another good cutting mechanism, I think.
Yeah, by the time you can deduct which is the right fear, you've already probably taken 4, 5, 6 shots, and then you're going to be dramatically on the lower hand of a fight. So 10 to 5, not the most high tempo as far as kills go, but methodical coming out from both sides. But Roche is up. They scouted out in Hyper Glory team. Mind you, also, Air has a Reaver, so his Viper is pretty dang fat. You got a fat Viper, a fat Bristleback. You're going to take a lot of time to bring down here. So we'll see if Hyper Glory team get the long-winded fights they would want to have.
I'm not sure about this no Agnum Scepter Viper. I think that item's pretty freaking good. I think the Reaper's fine. He might not even survive. Manta style's good. Coming in, CSJ getting stunned from the hookshot. Might get bashed up TP. He will not make.
They're going to go right away. Yeah, Universe not going to be there. He would have been one of the best contenders of a Roche. So it's a trade of a 1-for-1, which Hyper Glory team are happy to have. They move right into the pit. They start stacking up the goo, and now they got to go for the right click. But look back and behind. Sumail quickly nabs up that pesky wisp. You're not trying to tether from the outside, are you? Yeah, that's not happening. So Sumail takes him down, and they got to know: are we going to see the big plays here from your Storm Spirit? Grand Theft Aegis could possibly happen. They're even committing the wards here. He jumps to the high ground. They got the vision. He jumps in. He does not get it. Oh, CSMJ is able to take down the kill and the Aegis. Sumail's got to get the hell out of there. Oh, he gets sheeped up, locked down. The grave, is it enough to give him time to hop out? He hops out and above, but the dot. Oh, the heal is there. PPD saves him. Positive earn. He's still alive, I suppose, and he gets the bloodlust to walk away with a little bit of extra move speed. PPD, though, oh, it's not going to be so lucky for him. The Salt Lord will go down. And just like that, Hyper Glory team continue to press down this mid lane potentially.
Hyper Glory really well. The fight down bottom gives them an... There's Abyssal Blade, plus now they have actually...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Obviously, it would help to wait a bit for the Serpent Wars to be back up, but at the blink of an eye, Sumail is already out and he's on a mission. He quickly takes down the Wisp right in the bottom lane, but in a blink of an eye, quicker than I can even catch it out. But at the same moment, Fear is getting caught out. This is going to be there. Fear could get right-click down, pulls out the Manta, but they still got a hold of him, and, well, it looks like it's going to be a trade in the favor of Hyper Glory team with that.
Yeah, the Fear is just being too aggressive in the enemy jungle. And now he knows that the Abyssal is out, though, so that, I don't know if that'll happen again, but... now with just ball lighting a creep wave and TPing out as you ball. With about 16,000. Benefit to them waiting any longer.
It does feel like, though, EG, the execution is a lot more pristine on their side, and they need to be able to figure out what the best way, deciding when it's good to kite,
sometime here in
stay
the near future.
away from the bristle, from this Viper, even ZSMJ, when they want to just kind of grab and get a hold of you. That's where Pretty Haw and company come into play, but you can tell Evil Geniuses that are looking to bounce in, execute, remove that lockdown potential, and then try to kite and just pick them apart one by one. There goes Sumail, fast like a bat on a hill, and Wisp gets taken down again. A nice successful pick, and then he says, see you later. And right back to base.
I think it's time for HGT to buy. Well, they actually have a gem. That just got placed, but there's no way they like.
Get that thing out of there.
But that might be the last one, at least in that bottom lane. Actually, Universe goes for the Ghost Scepter. I'm not sure if you talk.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. Universe could jump in and prison up ZSMJ, Ghost Scepter himself, and he's just going to try to pull out for the fight now. You know, as long as possible. There's not really any force stats quite yet, it looks like, on the side of Hyperglory team, so getting him out of there could be a bit tricky. So now Universe can punch that. Pretty High actually ends up getting a jump on him with the bomb coming out from ZSMJ. Here comes Sumail. He gets blocked with the Abyssal, and now Pretty High is on the outside. He is going down. Sumail makes it up to the high ground to get away from this one, and there goes the Omni, but it's mitigated amongst everyone with the Crimson Guard top. Here comes Universe, catches in from behind, but the relocate Wisp is going to hightail it on out of there. Only a one drop right now on the side of Hyperglory team, and they got to get the hell out. Sumail returns, regenning on up and makes a move onto Icy. It could be a slow death for this, but he continues to pursue. Here comes Air, and Wisp steps in to help him on out, and Shiva's going to be caught. Universe cogs him away, and now EG's got to get the hell out of there. And Universe is going to lead things off with a TP. So, when it's all calming down, it's only a one-man drop in your
I can't believe only one person died there. There was a lot of ability. One kill. That I don't know what the hell happened. The Crimson Guard. I don't know. It's difficult, but I guess once you play up.
Like HGT just need more damage. They have the beefiness now. They need the right click. They can't put it all into ZSMJ.
Yeah, but where's that?
Yeah, it's like they only have ZSMJ that are bringing out, like when he's able to lock down Sumail there, he's there to follow up and just really dish it out. Air on his Viper, you know, mech, heart, but he kind of still throws pillows. 98 plus 9. It's not the most dramatic right click, you know. It's, you know, he's not like the Manta. It's like not MKB maybe, but he might need something. So for now though, they're feeling pretty confident here. They are in EG territory, kind of scouting out maybe for any wards, and well, they know EG could be in the dark. As you see by their vision, they only see Icy in the mid lane, and for Hyperglory team, they know exactly what's going on behind enemy lines. They see Aoi there, so we'll see how long and willing they are to wait. The four of them,
I mean,
just watching over.
Hyperglory team are extraordinarily off the map, and Icy's in the mid lane. There's a pretty good idea, especially with Con. But you mentioned the damage. On Juggernaut continue to farm, and you talked about Viper could go like.
Yeah, he's got to bring something to the table. I mean, he's done a good job swelling up, but he Not looking for a big dumbbells.
We'll see.
He's able to throw together for himself.
Why? If you wanted to go Abyssal or Bash, you would have gone to Bash by now.
Ooh, Shivas is a big grab for your Bristle. So much more armor, tankiness, and now Fear's right click. Not going to be as potent
Fear
here.
goes in. I might be wrong. We'll see. But they're going to smoke, and this could be... Big pig coming out. He's dead for...
Yeah, a little more time. Roche could be up potentially. We got to wait for the secondary clock to show itself. But for now, Evil Geniuses parade themselves down mid lane, getting him to spend that piggy bank buyback gold would be a big boost for them. They might pull back the second they see it come out, but we'll see what kind of commitments they want to do. All the meanwhile, pretty high split pushing there in the bottom lane, but there's the jump in. They make the go on the air. Still not taking buyback quite yet. Now on the ice, trying to take him the multi-pass. And there they move forward. Air's actually going to drop, and that's enough to get the buyback out from GSMJ. Air, mind you, no buyback. So, without focus on the tower, however, they try to do as much damage as possible, and that's the cue. Evil Geniuses head out, get back and away. The split push bottom, the wards have been dropped. Smell looks to make the jump in, but it's too late to get a hold of Pretty Odd. They're actually getting some pretty good shots in with these wards onto the tier 3 tower.
Yeah, really good split push coming out. They didn't need him there. They knew that they could defend without Pretty Odd there. AUI, by the way, has an active scepter. I don't know when he got that, but he has one, so there's that. And Ice is scepter, so I don't know how they kill Kaka. I think they have to go in with... He may be dead? No, he's fine. Let's play. Oh, it's a Scotty coming out for the Jug.
Abyss.
Game, you're like, there's so many different builds for Jug, and I'm just like, well, it's probably gonna be SMY, and then after... like, and Fear is like an innovator in terms of...
With flair. I mean, it's a great item. Don't get...
Oh, it's very good this game, but...
These are some meaty players in this game.
Huge.
But these are going to be long fights.
Double damage. They're going to smoke up. They get a double damage from some... They might not have scattered them out. They ping him there.
Oh, he wants Kaka. He jumps in. Shiv's going to be on. He gets the pull. Whispers nowhere to go quite yet, but he's still doing fine. He walks back and away, and they think about making it go into ice again. Here's Pretty Odd. Gets the shoot on Fear. Fear's going to be in trouble now, but they're able to blow up Pretty Hot. And now Icy under huge pressure. The Omni Slash takes him down. Now Air and TSMJ heavily wounded EG. Bursting on forward.
Oh my lord. Sumail just...
The Agnum Scepter. They...
Wow, that was ridiculous. Right as I...
Dire's structures are fortified.
He's gonna relocate and he's gonna bring back.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Actually silences him, so he relocates back.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Of the arrow, not able to tether up to able to...
Wow.
Stay JG, there, it's over, it's done.
That's ridiculous. Game feels so close, and it's just a one and done. Evil Geniuses take the fight, they take the game. That ended pretty damn swift. I don't know how else to say it. Evil Geniuses just absolutely get a hold of them, take control, and it's over.
I mean, that's just... Sumail